Woodchester Mansion is one of the 19th century's great architectural achievements. It's also an enigma. Buried deep in a wooded valley a few miles south of Stroud in Gloucestershire, its building was begun in the mid-1850s, but never finished. One day, in 1868, after 16 years of building, the workers literally stopped and walked out, leaving many of the rooms unfinished. The house had been commissioned by William Lee, a businessman from Liverpool and known as a cultivated gentleman of leisure. It was one of many of his personal projects in the area.
When William Lee died in 1873, there was nobody to continue his dream, really. So the construction here stopped. And we can still see the putlog holes, the holes in the wall where the scaffolding was fixed. These would have been filled in as the scaffolding came down when they finished the house. But the scaffolding was just dismantled quickly and sold off.
The mansion was built entirely from local limestone. Mark Hancock and his team of stonemasons have been running repairs since 1993.
This is the south side of Woodchester Mansion, designed by an architect called Benjamin Bucknell and inspired by a French architect called Viollet-le-Duc. Viollet-le-Duc was a French architect and historian who catalogued and drew a lot of French Gothic details. The gargoyles are straight out of some of his work, and very, very similar gargoyles can be seen on Notre Dame in Paris. I love the place. The first time I saw the place, I was just in awe of it, really. It really is one of the country's greatest architectural secrets.
But few visitors to the mansion would appreciate its tragic abandonment until they step inside.
This is one of the main unfinished rooms at Woodchester Mansion. It would have been the dining room, and I'm standing on top of the vault for the cellar, which is below this. This room and what would have been the rooms above this is really what Woodchester's about. The unfinished masterpiece, the finely detailed stonework, the elements that have been left by the masons when they walked off site. It's almost as if they've just packed up to go on holiday. There's still pieces of equipment, the square, the ladder, pieces of scaffolding, timber scaffolding. These things are still here, over 150 years later. They could sort of come back any day now and start work again.
75% of the building is unfinished, but one room was rushed to completion by Lee's children 20 years after his death in order to entertain the Archbishop of Westminster, who was visiting the diocese.
This is the drawing room, the only finished room in the house. Like other details at Woodchester Mansion, everything here is made out of stone. In other Victorian country houses, you may see this sort of detail, but it's just applied plaster, it's just stuck on decoration. This is the real thing, this is a real stone vault. It's medieval in its construction. Without doubt, it is a treasure. People do need to see it. It's to really understand how buildings work, how Gothic buildings work. This is the place to come.
To this day, rumour persists that Lee meant the mansion to be a refuge for Pope Pius IX at a time when the Vatican was under threat. In any case, its indebtedness to medieval church design is clear for all to see, now that the mansion has been bought by the National Trust.